Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to do a follow-up to the wild rumor that David Tennant could actually be returning to Doctor Who, not as the meta Doctor, but as the 14th Doctor under Russell T Davies. So this is kind of blowing up the internet. I gotta be honest. The video we did the other day, we just kind of we're like, yeah, we'll put it out there. It actually was the most viewed Doctor Who video we have done in years.
A long time, yeah.
Which tells me that there's a lot of interest in this.
Tells me there's hope for fans.
There is. And the media's starting to pick up on it now, and they're kind of like, well...
Oh, of course they are.
It's the kind of stupid, silly rumor, guys, and, you know, we don't want to be
We don't want to walk... we don't want to step back the Doctor. I'm like, you already did!
Yeah,
then you buried her.
Yeah, we don't want to walk it all back here, but this is coming from Mac again, that the BBC is not confirming or denying the rumor, and it's kind of blowing up the internet.
I was like, well, if they're getting a lot of attention for it, and it's not true, they're not going to flat out say it's not true because they'll stop getting attention.
Yeah, and the source, though, has actually been accurate before. Apparently, the source is the one who called the Master and some other spoilers.
Yep.
You know, look, and I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. It is a rumor. It's a wild rumor. But there are a few things you have to consider in this. Of course, you know, Russell T Davies is completely in charge of the show now. Okay? I mean, his deal was he was going to come in and run Doctor Who with his production company for the BBC, but under the condition he had complete creative control. That's part one. Part two is right after he got creative control of Doctor Who, Sony bought his company. Sony walked back Ghostbusters 2016. Sony gave us Spider-Man No Way Home. If you told me 5 years ago that they were going to snap away Ghostbusters 2016, that we would get a Spider-Man movie with all the Spider-Men and all the villains, that we'd get Cobra Kai, which is respectful to the original Karate Kid movies and expands on. If you told us that Sony was going to give us those things, I would have said you're absolutely batshit crazy. Sony's running the show on Doctor Who. I'm just putting it, I mean, this does lend a little more credibility to it because they would do it.
Even if it's not true, just the way the fans have reacted, you might want to make it true.
Yeah, this is great test marketing because they have to save the show. Doctor Who, all the news surrounding Doctor Who for the last couple of years has been negative. Fans do not like the new direction of the show. It's not just Jodie Whittaker. A lot of people were upset that they did have the Doctor.
I think Jodie Whittaker is the least of the problems people have with it.
The show's just garbage.
Yeah,
garbage.
I mean, Jodie Whittaker's is being the new Doctor. Some people don't like it about being a woman, but most people, that's not what their problem is. Their problem is that they've had the first season with no villains that anybody knew. You have made it a woke talking at people show. I mean, Doctor Who always had, some agenda to it and had some political bent to it, but they're being ridiculous about it. And then they had, how many scenes were they sitting in the cafes talking?
Yeah, because it's cheap. It's cheap.
You can just sum it up by it's cheap. And then what did it for everyone was the retcon.
Yeah, retconning the Doctor's origin after almost 60 years, an incredible FU to the fans. Could have been explained away as the Master tricking the Doctor or something, but no, we had to double down on it. Now people are saying Russell T Davies is going to roll with it. I don't know. If Sony's bankrolling it, they might be like, hey guys, last couple months especially, we see what makes money now. It's pleasing fans. You might want to let's just roll this back a little bit and come up with some wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey explanation as to why that's not the Doctor's origin. Maybe it was an elaborate hoax, or maybe it was another universe or a bad dream or whatever.
And let me guess, here comes the Journos saying that you need to please fans, meaning us. Us.
They're pretty ass mad about it. They're trying to shoot the rumor down. Now, what's interesting is that the BBC boss will not say one way or the other.
Well, like I said, it's smart because if it's true, you don't want to admit to it. If it's false, you don't want to admit to it because then everybody's going to just turn it back on you then, for sure.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about this.
Too late.
Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 254,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. We do talk about Doctor Who, not as much as we used to, having been big Doctor Who fans for a number of years and then, feeling burnt by the show. You checked out during Capaldi's era, but my God, Jodie Whittaker was a bigger disaster than I ever could have imagined.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily think it's all her fault, though.
No,
even though she kind of like,
she was kind of
helping, helping it along.
Yeah.
But, I don't think you can blame it solely on her if you're being fair.
I don't think she had the presence to be the doctor. I'll be honest. I mean, it was interesting. There's a lot of backlash over Joe Martin. And I honestly think of the two, I think Joe Martin wound up being a better female doctor than Jodie Whittaker. The problem with Joe Martin now, though, is she is forever going to be tied to the retcon.
Right.
That she was a doctor that came before. They said, oh, yeah, no, psych, I thought it was a previous incarnation. I'm actually like the 20th doctor, and I just came back. And that would have been like, okay, that's cool, whatever.
Yeah, but they've already lost many people. And like I said, if they admit it's not true, especially if everybody's so excited, they're going to lose so much more. So the fact they're not saying either way, they don't want to give this prize away if it's true. So I don't know what it means.
Or they don't know. It could be that Russell T.
That's true.
Russell T. Davies is like, back the fuck off. We're going to do what we're going to do.
But if nothing else comes out of this, the fact that they can see where people want.
Yeah. So this is coming from, again, Plymouth Live. Take it or leave it. It is a rumor. David Tennant could be about to replace Jodie Whittaker, but the BBC boss has refused to comment. Rumors continue to swirl around who will play the next Doctor, with Doctor Who fans going crazy after a BBC source claimed the next Time Lord would actually be David Tennant. Jodie Whittaker is about to hang up her sonic screwdriver after making history as the first woman to star as the Time Lord.
While the show went down in flames. Worst reviews ever.
But a returning Tennant would make a different kind of history. Although past Doctor Who actors have returned as a time traveler, no actor has played two different regenerations. That could change if showrunners recast the Good Omens star. It would be an incredibly good move. They talk about how they've already opened the door for it with the curator, Tom Baker. The rumor mill began after a fan posted in the Doctor Who Facebook group claiming a reliable BBC source said Tennant would be cast. Now, the thing is not just a fan posting. As I understand it, the person who posted, again, this is all rumor, but the person who posted the rumor was right on multiple occasions.
Mm-hmm. But again, this could be, somebody wishful thinking, or somebody, it could even be somebody at the BBC knowing damn well that what's going to actually take the people back is to have David Tennant return. So they just leak it, to try to get, because then if you have all the fans like, holy shit, yes, then they're going to have to listen.
I don't think the Spider-Man No Way Home leaks were an accident.
I think they leak stuff all the time on purpose.
Yeah, I think this is like, okay, they're probably, I can totally see them sitting around a table being like, how the fuck do we fix this? Like, what would fix Doctor Who? When was it at its peak? Oh.
What people want the most.
Yeah, Russell T. Davies and David Tennant. That's when the show was at its peak. Well, could we do that again? Could we do it again? Well, yeah, we could, but, and Russell T. Davies is, because he said before he wasn't interested in coming back.
Well, if I remember right, too, with the Spider-Man thing, Disney was the one who didn't want stuff leaked. I think Sony wanted to give more up. They leak, from what I remember, when I covered stuff. I could be wrong, but I think it seemed to remember that Sony themselves wanted to give more out, but Disney was the one who didn't. And then stuff was like popping up like, oh, I heard, and it turned out to be true.
And lo and behold, who owns Bad Wolf Productions? But Sony. They just bought them right after.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
This was planned. I got to tell you, I wonder if Sony's going around like, let's unfuck some franchises. Let's go around and.
If it's true that they want to bring David Tennant back, but I'm saying it could also be somebody who just really wants it to happen in a position higher up, and they just leaked that out just to see what would happen if people thought they were going to, and then they could be like, oh my God, look at that. I told you,
what?
I thought, what the what?
What the what? Oh my God.
You do your dog, the voice for the dog. What the fucks? What the fucks? That's what you did.
Oh, okay. So we have to explain that. People are like, what the hell are you talking about? So our dog, Charlie, he gives you this look, and then dog, I know what he's saying. He looks at me and goes, what the fuck?
Or like, what the shits?
What's the shits is that? What are you doing? What are you eating? What the shits is that? What the fucks?
He does this voice for a dog.
Cocks his head. He's, what the hell? Oh, I'd like that in my mouth. What the shit you do? You put it away. I wanted the tater chips.
Anyway, but I'm just saying.
What you doing?
You think it is like, what the fuck?
What the fucks?
Sorry, Mom. Charlie's not sorry, though.
What the shits? It's David Tennant. What the shits? That's what a lot of people thought about the show. And they're like, what the hell did you do? So yeah, how do you fix it? You roll it back. You roll it back about 10 years and 12 years and be like, let's make the show good again. I don't know. So anyway, it was on GMB Good Morning Britain, I'm assuming. The entertainment editor told presenters Susanna Reid and Ed Balls, wait, that's his name is Ed Balls, that over the weekend he entertained the head of press for Doctor Who. Ed Balls entertained the head of press. At least I didn't read that as Ed Balls entered his head pressed into Doctor Who. God, I'm sorry. And he's probably watching this right now. He's like, what the hell is... Obviously, I don't watch GMB because, we've got Good Morning America. It's like yours, but not. It's a Disney infomercial.
Okay, anyway, go ahead.
After topping up her liquor, the BBC boss would not be drawn into speaking on the rumors, claims Arnold.
Okay.
Discussing his attempts to get some sort of David Tennant news out of her, he said, I had the head of press for Doctor Who and EastEnders over on Sunday lunch yesterday and she wouldn't be drawn. Despite this, I topped up her liquor for hours and made a spectacular lamb shoulder. Everything sounds dirty when the British say it. It does. Ever since Bridgerton, like everything they say sounds dirty now. Susanna Reid questioned the validity of the claims made by fans and asked if it was a real possibility or just fans asking for him to come back. It's not as far-fetched as most might think. No, mentioning Russell T Davies is coming back. It's the 60th anniversary. What better way to celebrate the anniversary than by going back? Mm-hmm. Maybe you could have David Tennant team up with the Curator. That would be cool. So you have Tom Baker and David Tennant.
Mm-hmm. Why you have Tom Baker?
Yeah, while you have Tom Baker, because he's not getting any younger. That would be amazing. And they talked about how the show's suffering in terms of viewership. The New Year's special pulled in its worst ratings since the show rebooted 17 years ago. Bad. It's really bad. What better way to catapult the poor ratings back up and get people interested than to bring back the man with the highest average viewers since the show was brought back? And they said, yeah, they bring up the Curator, and basically it's science fiction. You can just make shit up. Be like, I went back in time and regenerated as myself, or...
Well, you can make it fit, but
You can make it fit. They have to get rid of that retcon, though. They have to get rid of it. So now, a lot of the Whittaker defending.
Oh wait,
websites,
Radio Times. Oh,
yes.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Okay.
Fans are adding 2 and 2 together and making 14.
God, Radio Times gets so ass mad. These are the same people that weren't they the same people that were mad when people were reporting the numbers. And,
yeah.
and it turned out people were right.
It turned out they were true. They kept saying, yeah, the Radio Times, they were defending Doctor Who. And they're like, the fans, they're really blowing things out of proportion. The ratings aren't that bad. And then it's like in like a major publication. Like, yeah, Doctor Who ratings falling off a cliff. The show's terrible and the viewership's way down.
I just think it's funny. The Radio Times are bad when you say they're the ones that add 2 + 2 and get 14 most of the time.
The humor mill is back in full force, churning out aquatic...
Don't they put up rumors?
Aquatic tittle-tattle, fit to power the discourse of the Doctor Who fandom for the next few days.
Who wrote this shit?
Anyway, the latest rumor is a bit of a doozy. According to some, the actor taking over the main role in Doctor Who from Jodie Whittaker is none other than former series star David Tennant. Okay, also interesting, they keep pairing up Jodie Whittaker's Doctor with David Tennant's Doctor in the comic books and even the freaking Build-A-Bear because they're actually friends in real life.
Yes. Just
saying. It could be a case of...
They were on shows together.
They were on Broadchurch together. So, it's not that far-fetched. It could be, because the rumor is if he comes back, he's only coming back for a couple of specials. It could be that to reignite interest in the show... They have to go back and bring back a popular Doctor to get people to come back, and then they can bring in the next actual Doctor. Mm-hmm. And then they can fuck it up again.
I'm sure they will.
They can. Is this rumor true? Where did it spring from? And is this really the plan for Doctor Who's future? There's only one way to find out. A discursive internet article that doesn't really offer more information than you find on Twitter. Now, where could we find one of them?
On Radio Times!
Radio Times! Where did they come from? They came from the rumor, right? That's interesting. From then Good Morning Britain, Point where it spilled. Yeah, it was such a big rumor that it spilled onto Twitter, mainstream news sources, and it was even discussed on live TV. We should be clear, this is not a real story.
But we also were clear that it was a rumor when we covered it. So a lot of people were being clear that it's a rumor when they cover it.
It's not an official announcement from the BBC that David Tennant is
Oh my God,
back.
I hope he is just to shut this little prick up.
It's not even a scoop by a newspaper or website who can back up the claims. This is an anonymous post on social media saying a guy who previously told them something correct also said this was happening.
Well, that is true.
In other words, it's totally unreliable. However,
Like Radio Times.
Well, hey, they'll give him credit. However, hearing something from a guy is often how we find out the truth about big plans behind the scenes of a show like Doctor Who. So you couldn't say with 100% confidence it isn't happening, but we don't want it to happen because they're going to undo Jodie.
Yeah. But they won't. Yeah. Well, they wouldn't have to undo Jodie if they hadn't retconned the whole damn show and acted like idiots.
Yeah. It's interesting because they were the ones, I remember they were getting really ass mad. They were like, Jodie Whittaker's not quitting. Jodie Whittaker's not quitting. She's not quitting. Jodie Whittaker quits Doctor Who. Well, Russell T Davies will never come back. He'll never come back. Russell T Davies comes back.
The numbers you're lying. You're misrepresenting the numbers. The numbers aren't going down. The numbers aren't going down. Worst review ratings in history, But here's the thing, too. Let's look at it this way. The writing and the way the show was directed and led to the whole retcon, right? So you have the first female Doctor, and instead of just making sure that she had good stuff to work with and that it was something fans would like, you had to go push agenda and just keep pushing it to the point where it wasn't even fun anymore. And then, so in a way, if it's going to completely erase her character to undo the damage you've done, you completely did a disservice to the first female Doctor. She's going to be erased. Well, she's not even the first female Doctor, honestly, but for the Doctor character. And she's going to be completely erased.
Dr. Donna.
I love Dr. Donna. Oh my God. Anyway, she's going to be completely erased now because they're probably going to have to.
Well, that's what they're afraid of. They said, after Chris Chibnall cast the first female Doctor and brought more diversity to the show, going back to Tennant as the lead could look like the series is failing to move forward, getting stuck in the past rather than moving with the times.
Yeah, move with the times, right down the toilet.
It'd be like bringing back Pierce Brosnan as James Bond after Daniel Craig's exit. They should bring him back as M. Almost a tacit admission that you shouldn't have tried to change things
at all. Yeah, because you shouldn't. At least not with the team you put in place. No. Why don't you admit, we done fucked up. She could have had a better chance if they had given her somebody that actually could write.
Yep. So it's interesting. I mean, this is Gizmodo's covering it. It's not like they couldn't find a way to explain why the Doctor has an old new face, especially if, as this alleged rumor explains, Tennant would still be playing an entirely new incarnation. The real answer is this is probably not true. This is just a fan base stuck in the strange period of having to wait for over a year for the current era of Doctor Who with Jodie Whittaker and new one to begin, going a little bonkers. It's just the toxic fans going nuts. They're just making shit up.
I mean, it is rumor, and we've only ever said that it was a rumor, but. The more these people talk, the more I hope it's true, just to shut them up.
I really, because their whole thing is they're like, look, guy, I'm going to tell you, Doctor Who's future being blown apart by a bizarre new rumor.
Blown apart? It would probably actually bring it together, because you lost, you hemorrhaging fans.
Sony owns Bad Wolf Productions. Sony erased Ghostbusters 2016 to secure the future of the franchise. You don't think they would do the same thing with Doctor Who? They absolutely fucking would, because they want to get a return on their investment, and they know David Tennant is the most bankable Doctor.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't make it true.
No, it doesn't make it true, but would they do it? Hell yeah, they'd do it.
And if it wasn't something they were willing to do, the fact that it got leaked, and it might have been leaked on purpose, because they wanted to gauge fan reaction to it. And the fans are reacting in the way that, we expected, which was, oh my God, we can get David Tennant back and undo this shit. Do it.
Yeah.
Because, they all go about new fans. And they do this with She-Ra, they do it with, Star Wars, all this shit. You can be fans of the new incarnation, that's fine. As you told everybody else, go watch that version then, okay? But the whole idea that they make up the majority is a load of shit.
How do you know what's going to happen? It's going to be, especially if they, oh my God, if they retcon out Chibnall's era completely by Sony, that might not be Russell T Davies' original plan, but it might be that Sony's like, the retcon, it's dog shit. We're going to roll it back.
They might roll it back. I don't know if they're going to take it completely out of play.
Or just be like, it was just a very elaborate hoax.
I don't know. It's all rumor right now anyway. It doesn't really matter. But I'm just saying, the only way they can save it at this point is something like that.
Yeah.
And it's got they've buried it so deep that the only way that it can be saved is to completely do something this crazy.
And they've done it before. Sony has done it before. So this is gonna get good, guys. I hope it's true. I mean,
I hope it's true, just because I just want to see these little people, be like,
people.
I'm like, is it possible? Is it possible?
They would never do that. They wouldn't undo Jodie Whittaker like that. They wouldn't do her dirty like that. Yes, they would.
The only way I'd watch it again is something like that. Because I am so out, and we used to watch. It was like every time there's an episode, the whole family would sit down and watch it. It was like our
years. Doctor Who and Avatar. Those were our two shows that we watched for years as a family together. And Doctor Who lost us. Cora lost us too. But Doctor Who really, and that one hurt. I mean, that really hurt to see Doctor Who just. Geez, even Squid King. The first time we went to a convention, he cosplayed as the 11th Doctor, and I mean. I think it's the only time he ever cosplayed, come to think of it, but he was so happy.
No, he runs around in a dino costume all the time, an inflatable costume. Yeah. And he cosplayed for Christmas.
He did.
That's a whole other story, but I had made my family dress up as Star Wars characters. It's a long story.
Original trilogy.
Yes, only original trilogy.
Only original trilogy. Because we're waiting for that to get walked back too. Anyway, we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
We're going to watch these. Oh, God, I hope it's true. Just to watch the Journos.
That's what I'm at. I would love to see it be true just because I would love to see the faces of these people.
It's like Jodie completely negated and you guys losing your shit. Oh, my God. Glorious. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.